Welcome back to Dial of Twang. I'm Dave. So this is another portion installment, I guess, on this D major pentatonic thing. A couple days ago, put one out and just kind of went over that scale and did a little bit of kind of embellishments and where to put the bend, and but basically we just mapped out this form of the major pentatonic. Okay. And we left it at sort of the exploration stage of that, right? I gave you a diagram, you know, and if you worked on that, then you're gonna, you know, be a little bit ahead of the game here on what we're doing today. Because today we're going to add a few, licks to it, but they're patterned, right? So what I played at the beginning of that intro is exactly what's on this tab that I'm about to show you in a second. And then, as usual, we'll just talk about how to kind of start off with that and then branch out and do some more creative things and put some ornaments in it and so forth. So, if you didn't see that one the other day, it's called Start Improvising Today using the major pentatonic scale. Okay, the same backing track and stuff as that one. If you didn't see that one, stick around, just see if you like what's going on. I'll put those two in a playlist together under the mini courses part of on the main page of the channel. So you can, and then we'll put a backing track in there for you, and you'll have another little set of stuff to really start getting into this style using major pentatonic. Okay, so there's that diagram again. We'll just show you real quick. Okay, that's the one from the other day. Warm up on that, and some of you are already doing, improvisations with that, and I've got several individual students that watch videos, and they kind of get, they kind of like, I saw the last one, and I won't see them for a week or whatever, and already kind of started in on them, right? Kind of helps to get a good feedback and snapshot of like how the information is working for folks and stuff. Everybody's different, but it gives me like a better sampling of like how people are responding and what we can do differently. So one thing that I noticed that I put the slides on that, the on that diagram the other day. But a lot of the stuff that you hear in this style is, hammers and pull-offs too. So today I tabbed this out for you. We'll just put it right on up here. Our chords are D major, G. They're both just triads, right? So what we've got going on today is more of a hammer and pull-off routine. There's the first one down there. And a lot of them are going to be repeated octaves, right? Just like the other pattern is, right? You could go up to here. One way you can remember this pattern is the Layla intro, right? It's different notes. It's not, that's a kind of like a different, there's a 3-fret span on them, right? But the mechanical movement and the phrasing of it is similar, right? Just a way to kind of remind yourself. Now, in between those octaves, you'll see there's one here, the second half of this first line of tab. See that? Okay, that's the next line of tab that I'll show you here in just a second is just an octave higher of this first one. So let's just look at this slowly. Hammer, hammer, pull off. and then pick the last 2 notes. Okay. All right. And then I'll just slide this other uh, diagram over here, and it's an octave higher. Okay. And there's a little bit of a fingering difference there when you get dealing with that G and B string, right? Um, as a side note, of course, there's other ways to play those exact notes, right? Other locations on the neck. There always is. So that's the first part of the routine here. Then I'll put this last line here, and I'll have a full PDF of just all of this on one page for you in the description, a link to it. Goes. Okay, see that? And that also has the slide, and there's more picked notes in this part, right? And then an octave lower again. Okay. Now, you put that track on there, and you can just go, slow, and I'll kind of speed it up, and I'll just do a little bit of demonstration and some of the other embellishments, like putting the bend in where we were doing it the other day and stuff. And, kind of reversing the order of things. But I'm not going to, analyze all of that today, because what you've got on the tab there is the next step to just kind of get that under your fingers and get a feel for it, and then just start exploring with it, right? That's how this method works. But just to kind of give you some ideas, you don't have to go in eighths or sixteenths, you can go. Okay, then. Now, see how I'm not lining it up with the chords in any particular way? I started it right on the downbeat of the D, G, but it's all gonna work. Right? That's the cool part. That's the fun part about this. And so I just start. Okay, now one thing I want to point out here, and hopefully that gives you just kind of just some ideas, right? But, do your thing. Use the tab to learn those couple of basic maneuvers, and then just start letting yourself go, right? Now, one thing, when I'm repeating the same kind of box, over and over, in the tab, it goes to that kind of that last note to kind of make more of a phrasing out of it. When you're doing, let's use this one as the example, right? When you're repeating them, you don't have to go back up to that one. So, in other words, does that make sense? Because it just kind of, and you'll feel like kind of more of a a cyclical, kind of groove when you do that. And then you get to where you kind of do another hammer or pull off or something, to get to that note that kind of closes the phrase for you. And you do that in your own way, in your own language. But they just wanted to point that out because that if you, just try to literally keep repeating the way it's written in the tab, it it might feel a little clunky to you. So after a while, let your fingers do the walking, man. Once you really get going with this, the muscle memory takes over and you just start to kind of make it sing a little bit more. Don't go too fast at first. That's a really important part of it too. And listen to the notes, right? Not just um, um, thinking about it as the visual pattern. All right. Let me know how this goes. Appreciate all of you. Talk to you soon.